Hello and welcome to a new lesson in the Wissam script. In today's lesson we are going to talk about the letters Ain and Ghin. For these letters we start with the first shape, which is 2.5 points of width. And this shape is basically moving in this motion. Now the angle must be relatively shallow, just like the points angle. And you have two ways. You either go this way and back, or you do this way. So both of them work. Usually ayans in calligraphy we do it the other way around. For example, in nasakh you would do this and you color this and then you come back and you continue with the ayn. In thalath the same thing, you go all the way to here, then you color this part, 2 points, then you... And usually in calligraphy we use the weird way of doing it from left to right, because when you learn Arabic you do this ayn, you do this motion, but either of them it works, so don't be fussed about it. So what we are going to do here is we start from here, we go with the cut, then we go back up, then we go back down. Now I want you to notice that both edges here and here are very sharp. That's where the beauty of the letter comes, big part of it. This is the first move. The second move would be going down, and keep an eye on the negative space, the white part. So here it starts small, then becomes bigger. Talking about this distance here to here. You see that it opens up. This way you know you are doing the right shape. Now you move it all the way up to here. Finally you've got the... the third move would be actually moving back from here. As you can see, this edge, you take it down, and this is where you're going to start the next move. And for this one we move down and left. This is a singular ayn, and we move down. Now the amount of drop you add here depends on this edge, so it's 2.5. Let's drag this down a bit, just like this. Now after making this drop, as we can see here, we do two shapes. We either go back, it's just a hat move. You either do this shape that we learnt in the hat with a straight hold of the pen, or you'd go back. So let's do the letter again and see how it looks like. We go down, up and down, then back with a focus on the white space. We stop here, almost in the middle of the letter. Then we come back with the third move, which is going back this way, down, and here the angle sort of becomes vertical. And here we do the second shape, which is going back and making this shape. Now both two shapes, this one and this one, you can go back to the hat lesson and check how it looks like, the scaling and all these stuff. Now this is the ayn by itself. When it's followed by a letter we have two cases, depending on what's following it. So for example, if we had a letter that goes up, like an alif or a ba or whatever, we see that the natural motion here makes us to go about this way. Meanwhile, if we had the letter that is going downward, the natural way to go back is to do this. So here we have two cases. The first one with letters that go up. So we start with the normal top and the second part. The third part is where we change things a bit. So starting from here, we have to, as you can see, go back, then up. So we start with a vertical hold of the pen, we go back and we go up. This is what we were talking about with regards to the connection. Meanwhile, if it was a letter that goes down, we do the same moves for the first and the second, but for the third we use the same one that we just did, which is going down, back, and let's assume that we are going to connect it with a hat or a jim from above. Let's write ajib. So here, as we can see, the ayn is connecting with a letter down here, so this move has to be this way. There's a difference between the two of them. The first goes up, then down, The second one goes down, then up. Talking about this part. I hope this is clear. Try both of them. You need to practice them to make your head go properly around them. Now, with regards to which letters we use this move with, usually it's ha, mim, ya, ha, ra, but any letter that you connect from above, because this script is flexible. But these are the ones that you need to memorize for other scripts. With regards to having a ayn in the middle of the word, it changes shape. You could either use the shape we just saw, which is the normal way. Let's say this is a ayn, and we go back, and we want to connect it to another ayn. We go up, and the second ayn will come over here, so this will connect this way. So this is the first choice to choose. Again, would be the same thing. The second choice would be to go up and left, stop here, then go back with the line, and once you get out of it, you curve up, and then you either connect it or finish it the way you want it to finish, whatever. So this is the second shape, which is the closed ayn. So you go up, left, then you go back, up, then you continue with the normal moves that we saw there. This way you get the connected ayn. This, with regards to the letter ayn al-ghain, it's a simple letter. Now let's write some words with it. Let's start with the word abd. For example, Abdullah or Abdul Rahman. Ayn. Go down. There's a ba afterwards, so we are going to use this connection. Do a ba. Then connect it to a dal. We could write sha'b. We've got sheen. Connect it with this ayn for a change. Connect it to a ba. Again, I'm not too fussed about the shapes or the scales. I just want you to show you the connections. You have to scale these things to make sure that 2.5, and with regards to these, and yeah, the scaling of the ba, etc. So you do that back home. Let's write ja'd. Ja'd means curly. Jim. Going to connect it with this ayn, the open one. And see where the connection is. Sometimes you could connect the ba to the ayn from the top here. For example, ba'd. The ba here. Let's see something interesting, which would be the ghain connected to a ya that goes down, then connects to a ra. غير. And finally, let's write ghalib. La ghaliba illallah. Here we have a ghain connected to an alif, and for the alif we could do this. Then we have a lam. We could go back with the lam this way and just do a ba and play around with the script. But normally you would separate them, so the alif would be stopping here and the lam would start from here. So yeah, here you have some examples, some practices, and this is the ayn and the ghain, quite easy. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and let me know if you want certain explanations about anything. Feel free to send your homeworks if you want to, and yeah, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one. This has been Ammar Awadi, and it's really nice teaching you people, and yeah, see you in the next one. Goodbye.